Hey, what's up everybody? This is iRobot, a Toop Robots, coming at you with another episode of This Gun Sucks. Alright, now this week I've been covering the LMGs. It took me a little while longer to get one finished and posted up, because it was really hard to get these things all ranked up. But in the end, I have a surprising yet pretty solid decision for the MG36 being the worst LMG. Probably comes as a little surprising, because when you look at the stats, it doesn't, on paper it doesn't look bad at all. It has a base damage of 40, which over range eventually drops down to 25, but that's right on par with it. It ties it with the MK36 and the PKP, which they fall well under the M60 with a base damage of 50, and then just a smidge above the L86, which has a base damage of 38. So it's pretty much right in line with everything else in terms of damage, and they all have the same capacity, 100 rounds, so there's no change there. However, where it looks good on paper is that the reload time. Reload time is just under 4 seconds for this gun, which is amazing for an LMG. The saw is pretty darn close to it, just a hair slower, but all of the rest, the PKP, the MK14, and especially the M60, they all have 8+ second reload times. So you could reload this gun twice and still finish before the other three, which is pretty awesome for an LMG. It also has a really good ADS time. It takes somewhere, I'm kind of ballparking this one because I couldn't find an actual stat. It takes about half a second to ADS with this thing, which is a little bit seems to be a little bit faster than everything other than the M60. I think was right there at about the same. So, with the high reload time and the quick ADS and the on par damage, you would think that this thing's going to be probably fairly top notch. It doesn't really seem to have any weaknesses, to be honest. But it was when in practical use, things just didn't turn out that way. In the video you're watching, I am using not only the kick proficiency, but I also have a grip on it, and you're going to see it a lot of times. I have a really hard time keeping my sights on someone. Kind of hard to explain why, because traditionally the recoil on the thing wasn't as terrible as you might think. Even without the grip and the kick, it seemed more manageable than others, but with the grip and the kick, didn't seem to affect it quite as strongly as it did the rest. Doesn't really seem to make sense. You think if it adds a set amount of accuracy or reduced recoil, then it would affect them all basically the same, but didn't turn out that way, and getting this thing all the way up to max, it was flat out painful. It took forever because I just couldn't get this gun. Not sure why. I did great with the saw. I did great with the M60, the MK46, and the PKP. I didn't really like, but I was still able to do fairly well with. And then with this, you're seeing in the free-for-all match, I think I come in like 6th place or something. Absolutely terrible. I'm used to winning free-for-alls, hands down. Like, I win 9 out of 10 free-for-alls that I play, and the other one I come in 2nd place. So to put this thing up and do so poorly, I personally just think it speaks volumes to this gun. That's pretty much about it. Not really too much else I can go into without just talking about the gameplay. And this isn't a commentary. It's supposed to be about the gun, about the MG36, and how god-awful it is. So, anyone who's watched this long enough to get to this point, don't ever use this gun. If you have the choice, don't ever use it. Peace.